Dear life warriors, living and surviving are two different things.
2019, I went to Ghana for the year of the return. And it was something about that trip that kind of changed my life totally.
I could see the difference. Your walk is different. Your confidence level is like through the roof. I just love every second of it.
And now I'm at a journey. I'm at that crossroads to say, what am I doing? Where am I going? And knowing the person that I am, I'm trying to juggle both worlds at this point.
People don't understand. I'm like, how is your relationship with God? He gives you the ability to pivot in the changing times. Where my whole mission has always been to educate, motivate, and give hope to many.
And support doesn't have to necessarily mean buying the product, right? Sometimes there's that one text that you would send me to say, hey girl, what's up? What you doing?
Yeah.
I see you.
I see you.
I see you. I love you.
I love you more.
I adore you.
I love you more.
For just everything that you have done for me in my life. That I see you moments.
Hi, everyone. It's me, Char, your favorite corporate life coach. And today on Dear Life Warriors, we're so excited to be talking to a good friend of mine, Miss Denise Dixon. She is also the owner for Juice Dome, which is in Maryland, I think, right? We'll talk all about that, as well as the owner of Dome, which is her event planning agency, which is how we actually met. Welcome!
Hey, haven't seen you forever. Can I just say that your hair is giving me life, right? Your hair. Yes.
Listen, yes, because of COVID, I started my new natural journey. This is all new. I literally took the time to chop, get all the perm out. And I'm trying to figure this thing out. I'm trying to navigate this natural world. It's very difficult.
You're doing it. You don't even say you're trying. You are definitely doing it.
Thank you. Glad you like it. But I've been watching you, girl, all of 2020, and I'm just like in awe of everything you're pulling off. And I know, Juice Dome, I want to hear all about that. And I need to order my juice. You ship. Let's talk about it. How are you, by the way? How is everything?
Everything is okay. Life is great. Mentally, physically, spiritually, I am still trying to find my way down this new journey, right? And it kind of started in 2020. Actually, it started in 2019. I went to Ghana for the year of the return. And it was something about that trip that kind of changed my life totally. It kind of shifted my whole spirit. Yeah. And I've always heard, like, when you go to Africa, you'll feel it. You'll feel a certain connection. And I was like, oh, whatever. I had friends that were there. And I always say that when I was a little girl, 2020, that seemed so far away, was like, I'm going to spend that year in Africa.
Right.
So I went. And Char, like, when I mean from the time I landed, it was like
a feeling.
It was definitely a feeling. And I just started looking at life differently. I started looking at people differently. When I went through immigration, and you got to go, they usually will say, where are you going? Where are you staying? Right? Like, the gentleman looked at my passport, and I walked with my Jamaican passport, and he was like, oh, welcome home. And I was like, welcome home. Yeah. So I was like, welcome home. He was like, yeah. So he stamped, and I just walked on through. And from ever since then, like, again, I just felt that connection. I went to the different castles and the door of no return. And again, it was just like I was embraced by different spirits. So when I came back, it felt like I had an armor around me. So everything that was happening in 2020 not to say it didn't faze me, because it definitely did, but I had a different point of view of things.
Yes.
And things just started to roll out. When I came back and COVID hit and place started to shut down, is like my spirit started to go up even more. And I started doing these whole juicing. And I always was the kind of the juicer in my family. I was that person that if you were having a family function, Didi is behind the bar, Didi's making the juice for the kids. Like, I was just a juice person. And I got it into all these different blending up different flavors, just things that I didn't even think that I would even put together. And so I started blending some juices, and I started putting some super nutrients in there, the sea moss, the moringa, the turmeric, and all these different flavors. And one of my homegirls said, you know what, I'm going to start cooking on the weekends. Why don't we sell your juice? Like, let's go ahead and just go big. Like, either go big or don't go home. It doesn't make any sense. Like, there's no events that's going to happen in 2020, which, you know, that's the event side of my other life. And I said, okay, no problem. And it was just a domino effect.
Yeah.
Char. It was definitely a domino effect. And I just never looked back. And so I say all of this to say that it wasn't in my plan to start this company, but it was definitely in the plan of a higher being and the spirits and my ancestors that surround me, that I had to basically get that from when I came back from Africa. Like, it was like, nah, we don't know. I'm going into this blind.
Right.
But I'm learning as I go. And as I continue to trot on to this journey, it's like there's different just confirmation to say, yes, you're doing the right thing. Yeah. You know, just keep it going, keep it going. So that's where I am today.
No, I see you. I could tell something happened because you're definitely walking a different walk. I mean, when we met, we're talking, what, 2010, 11, what, 12, I think it might have been 12 when we were doing
those. It was probably before that.
Yeah. And it's just, I could see the difference. Your walk is different. Your confidence level is like through the roof. I just love every second of it. But that's what life is, right? It's about listening to, we never know where we're going to be day to day. You know, it's a journey. It's opportunities every day in front of us. It's us to recognize them. And I think you coming back from Africa and feeling what you felt and guess what? You had a gift just sitting there that you weren't using.
Yeah.
And you came back and recognized, I have a gift and I'm just going to start doing this thing. Just like me with this show, I'm like, I just want to bring awareness to some people. There's no like real motive behind it. I just think that the world right now needs to hear some positive news and positive messages from people like us who are just in the cut, you know, the underdog, not looking for the limelight. I just want to show them like, look, we're doing it. We're making it happen no matter what. But what is I need to order. Is your website, I know, is your website and stuff up and are you shipping?
So I haven't shipped as yet. I'm still getting there. There's no preservatives in any of the juices. Right. And so I don't want to charge an arm and a leg for shipping. And I don't want to freeze the juice. I'm very particular. So when I freeze the juice and when it starts to defrost and get back into its normal state, it doesn't taste the same. And because there's no preservatives in these drinks, it's like any fruits or vegetables, right? So sometimes it changes color, sometimes the texture kind of change. And so I'm trying to master that. And again, I'm still learning as I go. But I have 5 different flavors currently. I have a flavor that is called OKKK, and that's orange, kale, kiwi, and kombucha. And then I put ginger in there and a little bit of cayenne pepper. And then I have a heartbeat, which is beetroot, pineapple, cayenne pepper, turmeric, moringa, and sea moss. And then I have a cashew punch, which is, you know, we're from the Caribbean, so we're used to our peanut punch, but I'm not a peanut person. So I end up doing the cashew version of that. And so it has cashew and oats and banana and the moringa and the, what else is in there? Sea moss is in there, and I use oat milk, so I don't use any dairy products. in any of my drinks.
Good.
And then I have carrot juice, which is I call carrot cake. People say it tastes like carrot cake in a bottle. And again, being from the Caribbean, sometimes we had those who had the carrots and the pineapple and the ginger type of drink. And then sometimes you had those who had the carrot and the, we used to use condensed milk, but I use like a oat milk and the cinnamon and the spices and so forth. So that's the carrot cake. And then let me see. I think there's an apple celery spirulina drink as well. Yeah.
I'm going to have to drive down, I guess.
Well, I just
like to try all these things. I have to make a trip because it just sounds so good and I want to support you from a distance. So I have to make my way somehow when I'm on that side of the world.
When I come up, I mean, my trip to New York is definitely, or I should say up north, is overdue. And I did send up like a cooler filled with juices for family and friends. And so I need to do that again and make sure that you're added to the list. So you
Please, let me go pick it up wherever it is. Let me go get it. So tell me, I know with the events world, that's where we met, but I know, did that completely tank after COVID? Like, I know that was a big business for you. You were very busy.
And it still is, right? It's, I don't want to say unfortunate because it's not unfortunate, but it's starting to start back up again. And now I'm at a journey. I'm at that crossroads to say, what am I doing? Where am I going? And knowing the person that I am, I'm trying to juggle both worlds at this point because places are starting to open up. So earlier this year, I started kicking off some events with some of the clients. Okay. And I'm still kind of stuck, right? But again, I just feel like I'm just going to trot along. I'm starting to delegate things now. Before, I was trying to hold everything in and I had to do everything. But now I have a great team of folks who are starting to lead on certain tasks. So right now it's working. I don't know what the future is going to hold because I love doing events.
I know. They were so much fun. They were so much
work. I mean,
they were work. But
work and stressful. Jesus. But at the end of the day, right, when you're able to see thousands of people with smiles on their face and just knowing that you made that happen, right, that is what moved me.
The thrill of it at the end.
Yeah, it's kind of like, okay, I just lived my life with a certain purpose. I just made this happen. Yeah. Flawlessly. You know, we got the artist day on time and just everything. It's just the experience that I was able to give to folks. And they may not know who are the folks who are behind the scene like you and I, but it was self-rewarding, I would say.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
I don't know about you, but I think it would take me like a week to recover. My feet would hurt. Like my body was aching. It was like, oh my goodness. You don't realize how much you're pouring into the back end of these events, making it happen where your body's on a high, but when it stops, it was like, you need to go rest.
Yeah. You know? So sometimes now, like, I don't even have that time to rest. Like, I come home. I'm not even gonna lie, like the past couple of months, I've came back from off the road from doing events and I'm going directly into juicing. So I produce these juices only on weekends. I'm going shopping earlier in the week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm prepping. Thursday, I'm blending all day. Literally all day into the night, like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Friday morning, first thing in the morning, I'm up hitting the streets and I'm delivering all over the DMVs.
Well, good for you.
But I'm tired. I be tired. And then when I come back from doing my delivery, like this just happened just in February. I came back from doing my delivery that Friday evening and I jumped on a flight and I went to Atlanta and I had to do an event.
Well, that's the life of an entrepreneur, right? See, sometimes I don't even really post on social media or my IG because I don't have the time. I just feel like I'd rather rest. I'm like, let me go lay down. I know that that's part of it too, where you do have to showcase so people know what you're doing. But I have to tell you, it's like the life of an entrepreneur, especially when you're starting out and you're literally by yourself and you're a small business. You're the one doing everything for you.
Yeah.
There is no time.
Yeah.
But I would recommend, even if you take the time in the morning, like how you start your morning, even if it means getting up 30 minutes earlier before, don't just get up and go.
Yeah.
Like get up and
yes.
That has worked for me. Like I just get up and lay in my bed. I don't jump right out of it. I connect with God. I pray. I do all these things. And then I feel like my days go a lot smoother, a lot easier. And I'm okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm right there with you. Absolutely. That starting your day off with that connection and the meditation and the prayer is so important.
It's so important.
So important. And ending your day with that as well. You know, I have to end my day with giving thanks and just to kind of reflect back. That's I be reflecting on everything that I went through throughout the day and like, wow, I made it. I did it. Thank you, God, you know, and it's time for us to try to do it again in the mornings. I pray that, you know, I wake up. And then when I wake up, I give thanks. So it starts my day and it ends my day.
Yep.
It's so important.
It's so important. And I think that's what makes people like you and I strive, and the way that ideas and keep coming to us and clarity keeps coming and we're able to pick up whatever pieces that fall. Like I love how you pivoted in 2020. Events stopped, but you went to your juices. So it's having that ability. People don't understand. I'm like, how is your relationship with God? He gives you the ability to pivot in the changing times where you could go left when something else is not happening over on the right. And I think, and being able to then grow and scale, I think all that comes with what you said. So I'm super happy for you.
Thank you. What's going on with you? I know this is supposed to be about me. What's going on with you though? I don't know. You didn't tell me what I can and cannot talk about, but you had the whole girls basketball initiative and you know, what's going on with you?
My girls basketball is still there. What happened was I handed it over to my daughter because it was really meant for her, the one that was actually playing. And she took, because I was trying to manage that page and she took that page. I think I handed it over to her when it was at 7,000 followers and she's now at like 25, 26,000, something like that. But what really needs to happen, it went on pause because I really need to develop an app for that site. That's what really needs to happen to make it much easier for the girls to navigate. So my daughter is dealing with that. Because I was never the basketball. I was just a basketball mom. So I created that really for her when she grows, which she's 18 now. And I'm like, Harry, you want a business? Go do that. So she's managing that. I started what I'm doing now. When I left corporate America in 2018, I started Your Healthy Reality, which is kind of like it originally started out just being a show. And then I turned it into a corporate life coaching business where I started out doing one-on-one coaching with people. And then I was able to shift to organizations, which I love. So I do a lot of business consulting and business coaching because, you know, my background is HR.
Yep.
So I left that and I took all the things I learned while being an HR executive. And now I go into small to medium-sized businesses and I teach them some of the things they might not know. I kind of bring the corporate knowledge to them. Okay. And so I've been doing that, you know, since 2018. 2019 was an amazing year. And then 2020 happened and I lost at least 50% of my corporate clients, which is fine. And now this year is starting to pick back up again. But that's what I'm doing. So now I'm just being a business consultant, business coach. Sometimes I take on the one-on-one personal life coaching because it takes a mindset for you to actually do the work that I give you. So it's not everyone is ready for coaching. I always tell them that it's just, you got to be ready for it. It's a mindset. Right. So that's what's happening. My full focus now is this business, which is my coaching business. And that's my focus, girl.
I really like it. I appreciate you and this platform that you're giving to folks. Like, it's so important.
It is. And I want to support everyone in their journey. And I'm like, how can I do that? Because my whole mission has always been to educate, motivate, and give hope to many. And I'm like, well, I can't do that without getting back in front and just shining the light on some amazing people that I actually have in my network. I'm like, I have some people doing some great things. Like, let's talk about it. Let the world know.
Yeah. And that's one thing that I appreciate about our friendship, right? Is the fact that even though we may not talk for weeks and months, we still, as soon as we connect, it's like,
yes. I know. My Jamaican sister, I'm always like,
yes. But we and that's why I said, like, it's kind of realizing the purpose that we have, whether it's within ourselves or within our network, and why God brings certain people in our lives.
Yes.
I think was one of the reasons. I think I shared this with you on during our text, is that I want to kind of cherish that.
Yeah.
That's my 2021.
Yeah.
Just understanding that the people who are in my life right now was meant to be there for a reason. They're the reason why we're having this conversation. They're the reason why we met each other, Lord have mercy, how many years ago, right? And just to know that we are here today and we're still going strong. And I think it's something important for us to recognize.
It is. And you know what? And I think to also show, the other thing is to show that not all women fight or bicker. We do support each other.
Absolutely.
And
absolutely.
There's no, like jealousy. There's like, go girl, if you're doing something, we're going to push it. And I think I've been blessed to have some really good girlfriends in my circle that always supports and push every initiative that I'm doing. They're like, what are you doing? Like, they won't ask any questions. They'll just go ahead and support, or they'll send people to me, or they'll share or whatever. But it's not like I'm not going to show her stuff because I'm not, I have some really great people in my circle, and I have to say thank God for that.
Yeah. Amazing. And support doesn't have to necessarily mean buying the product, right? Sometimes there's that one text that you would send me to say, hey girl, what's up? What you doing?
Yeah.
I see you. That's that acknowledgement, girl. And sometimes you need that. Sometimes you need that one sentence. I see you.
Yes.
Just to let somebody know that you're thinking of them. It goes a long way. So I love you.
I
adore you.
I love you more.
For just everything that you have done for me in my life. That I see you moments. The hey girl, how you doing moment. I might be in DC this week. I'm gonna hit you up type of moments.
Yeah.
I appreciate you.
No, I do, and I appreciate you too. And it's like, God, we met in weirdest circumstance, but
right. Managing DJs was not easy.
It was.
Managing DJs were not easy. It was not easy.
But I think we are going to be just fine in this world, and I'm so happy that I have you in my circle, and I am happy I could send you a text, and I want you to keep going, and I can't wait for you the dome juice to blow up. You're gonna figure out how
God ears.
Yes, you're gonna figure out how to ship it. That's all gonna come together when the time is right. And I do see you, and that's why I was like, come and talk to me, because I just love everything that you're doing. I love the fact that you keep reinventing yourself and reinventing just the wheel. You're like, okay, we're in COVID time. I can't do this. I'm going to do this. Like, you just keep going, and I love it. I love it. So thank you so much.
I appreciate you
for talking to me. And we're going to sign off now.
Okay. Take care, sis. You take care.
Okay.
All right. Be well.